So, my name is Dr. Rachel Tarlington. I'm one of the virology lecturers here at Nottingham, along with my colleagues Janet Daly, Stephen Dunham and Julia Kidd and Ruth Blunt. We've been doing some work here on schmallenberg virus in Europe as this outbreak's been progressing. So what this presentation is an update on how the virus is working, what we think is happening with it at the moment, and the current situation in Europe as of January 2013. So why the fuss? So the virus was initially discovered in cattle with diarrhoea in Germany and the Netherlands in autumn 2011. It wasn't clear when the virus was first described whether it was just an incidental finding, something unusual that was in some diarrhoea samples, or whether it was something to worry about. What caused some alarm at the time and led to groups that initially reported the virus to publicise it early and set up testing monitoring for it was that the virus is very similar to a group of viruses, the best known of which is Akabani virus, which are known to cause birth defects in calves and lambs in Australia and Japan. Some of these outbreaks of birth defects can be very large. For instance, up to 42,000 has been reported in an individual outbreak in Japan. Now, these viruses mostly affect ruminants, which is mostly sheep, goats and cattle, and commercial livestock. There have been no reports ever of these types of viruses causing disease in humans. Now, it's probably a good thing those labs set up this test and monitoring system, because as of spring-summer 2012, over 6,000 farms in Northern Europe reported deformed lambs or calves or adult animals affected with the diarrhoea and milk drop syndrome. So the link at the bottom is a video that's in German, but it has some very good video footage on it of affected lambs, in particular affected lambs showing neurological signs of the virus. So how these viruses work. Usually schmallenberg causes, or Akabani cause mild or no disease in adult animals. In adult cattle, there have been reports in Europe with schmallenberg of cattle with diarrhoea, fever and or milk drop. However, the problem is you've got this mild disease in adult animals, but the problem is if a pregnant animal is infected, that the virus preferentially replicates in the nerve cells of the fetus, and this causes deformities in the growing fetus. The types of deformities you get depend on exactly which stage of pregnancy the animal's at, so how far along in development the fetus is when it's infected. If you get infection in very early pregnancy, the fever and the damage to the placenta and the fetus caused by the virus quite often results in abortion and or return to service or problems with fertility. If the fetus is a bit further along in the development, at the stage where its nerves and bones and skeleton are developing, you will see problems